ran through Northland?
I did not see the car that ran through Northies.
Yeah, breaking. No one was hurt, so thankfully. But yeah,
That's my old neck of the woods, mate. Northeast, bro.
Well, I worked like 2 seconds away from there, so even what happened earlier on, last month, pretty scary.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered this now. So, like, you're obviously the new school, I would say, right? You're like peak new school at the moment in like the world and footy.
Down with the kids.
No, you're just like the world's about you guys right now, your age bracket, right? Like you're the ones that are the cool kids.
Yeah.
So, am I Unk? Because hear me out. Like Pommy's Unk for sure.
Yeah,
he's a father.
Yeah, Pommy for sure.
He's clearly Unk. I'm 34. Like when do I become Unk?
No, you're not Unk. No, not yet.
So like, what am I? Am I OG? Like what?
Yeah,
what's
OG,
the grade?
I guess. You like David Mundy. Like you're aging like you like Pendles. You're aging like a fine wine. So like you're not quite Unk levels yet, because you're still at a high level. If that makes sense.
Still performing at a high level, like still in the game, not retired.
Yeah, like for me, Unk is like veteran, who like wasn't what he used to be, but still can show a bit of magic and show a bit of class.
You think the best of me is behind me?
Oh, in what sense?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I feel like you become like, cause the conversation came about. I saw a clip. It was Tyrese Halliburton like talking about like LeBron James and how he's Unk, because he walked into a change room for Team USA and he was like watching the iPad while he was lying down. Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay,
maybe you are. Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you are.
And he was calling him Unk, and looked like LeBron James was like watching the iPad, and he had the volume on, no headphones, like very Unk behavior.
Yeah, right. That's what my dad.
So it got me thinking, like, when am I like? But like, I feel like I'm in the peak of the game.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're Unk. No, I don't think you're.
Very much Unk effects. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can work. If I gave you, how would I describe it? Like you can work a laptop, you can work a MacBook to like a very serviceable level. Like you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I'm gonna work AI. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, AI. Yeah, actually, AI is a great one. Do you get tricked by like AI shit?
Never.
Yeah, you can tell the difference. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, you're not Unk. Whereas I reckon Pommy could get caught on them if he's watching. That's even funnier. But I reckon Pommy could get caught on some AI stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Might be something you could test actually.
Because I obviously remember not a lot of it, but I remember life before social media and smartphone. Like early teens, like 12, 13, 14, 15. And then like when I was 16, 17, that's when iPhone 1 came out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so does that make, because I feel like I'm like OG of digital. I'm Gen 1 of digital world. You're Gen 2 or 3.
3.
I think you're Gen 3.
Yeah, because I would say I reckon I'd say 3. Maybe 4. Nah, 3. Not quite that young. I would say I experienced, but to be fair, I reckon I got the last of I got the last era of technology not being everything sort of deal.
You remember it? Like, do you remember riding your bike in the front yard with playing 40-40 in the street?
Yeah, mine was more kicking the footy. Yeah, but okay. Yeah. So like when I would go to like cousin's house and stuff like that, it would be like kicking the footy, soccer ball, like all that stuff outside. Like that's what they're my memories. They're my earliest memories. So my earliest memories are playing outside and like kicking the footy in the morning and like before soccer and all this stuff, right? So I would say I just caught it towards the end of it.
do you have memories of telling your friends meet you at this park at 4 p.m. and not having the ability to log into Wi-Fi and send a message to say, yeah, I'm running late?
Nah, because all my friends weren't local, so
Okay, fair. So I've got
yeah.
memories of, okay, hanging out, having fun, kicking the footy, playing cricket, whatever. Hey guys, see you at 4 p.m. at the park down the street. And like, you didn't know, like you just got there
Yeah,
and
you
you
just
waited.
do a tube. Yeah.
And
No,
you
I
just trusted.
understand.
Okay, you okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not unk, but I am, but I'm not.
No, I wouldn't say
Mm.
I wouldn't say young. I wouldn't say young.
You say
But I could be
I
wrong.
am unk.
No, you're not.
Oh, not.
I wouldn't say you're not. But then again, I'm not. I'm not into all that. Like, I feel like I'm
Mm.
quite. I don't know if you would agree with this. I'm quite mature when it comes to not mature. That's such a bad way of describing it. That's such a pretentious way of saying it. I'm not down with like the unk and shit. Like, I don't really get it.
Gotcha. If you're born before 06, 07, you weren't on tech as much as the kids are now. No, not true. Like I grew up on it. Like it's just different tech. The kids now have way more advanced tech, and the kids of tomorrow are going to be daily users of ChatGPT, for example. Like everything's going to go into their whole daily routine. Do you speak to ChatGPT about your life? Do you like use it to guide you?
No, I mean, I probably should start, but I don't.
Yeah, so I've integrated into that.
Okay, that's weird.
That's the way it's going to be.
No, dude, okay, that's stop doing that. Come on. Just
like
stop.
as in like structuring ideas, structuring
Oh,
thoughts.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about structuring thoughts. I understand structuring ideas, especially. Are you talking in a more professional capacity or a personal capacity?
A bit of both.
Anything professional, I'm totally on board with.
Okay.
From a personal perspective, you've got to be really careful.
The kids are all going to be doing it of tomorrow or now. The kids that are
Just because
grow
they're going to
like,
be doing it doesn't mean it's good.
yeah, okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you went on. Yeah,
But I'm
I
not hesitating about getting older. Like I'm down with it. If anything, one thing I'll always remember when I was like your age, I was like, the older generation were always pushing back about like, oh, you kids and like, oh, you generation, like you guys are fucked. Whereas I'm like, no, the younger generation are the ones that have the ideas for the future before they get tainted with the stress and fucking anxiety about bills and kids and all that. You know what I mean? Like your minds are not tainted yet.
No, I reckon. I disagree. Maybe it's just maybe it's just that maybe it's because I'm living in the generation in terms of like I am in it. But I reckon my generation and the generation a little bit above. Actually, we'll go as far as you. You're not that old. Is the perfect because I reckon. Yeah, actually, we live on like the either side of completely before tech being fully accessible and then
Uh-huh.
completely after it being a mainstay. Like I'm at the very end of it and you're at the very start. I reckon anyone within that bracket
Mm-hmm.
is like, I think that's the best generation personally because I
Yeah.
think they got the best of both. Because I don't think the new generation is going to be like. I think there's problems, man, and that's saying. And look, I understand. I'm 21. I've got no skin in the game, but like, fuck, I can see it.
Yeah. Ari, you don't know what it's like to pay for fucking electricity, bro. Like imagine paying to turn on your light.
It's all right. I understand.
Do you know what I mean? Like
understand.
imagine paying to drink water.
Head down, bum up, get to work.
It's tough out there, man. I'm telling you. And then you've got like Carlton generations. So that just you literally have got those who have the memory of 1995 and those who have the memory of 2000s and onwards. And that's a very like distinct line. It's like, have you and do you remember a premiership? Yes, no. It's like really clear.
Yeah. Where do you think you? No, you don't remember it, do you? You were
No, I don't
alive.
have I have no memory or feeling of it. Even 99, the prelim, I don't remember the day. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
You know, so that's that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to age?
Which am I afraid to age? In some aspects, not in others.
30s are sick, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't yearn for it because I feel like that's because I think I'm only looking at it from the positive aspects of being a more independent adult with like
Yeah.
a full like. But I see the pros in being like 30, 31, but on the proviso that I've got my shit together. If that makes sense.
We will make sure you have your shit together, mate.
That,
You'll be,
in my life when I'm like 31, 32, partner, maybe house, kids, whatever, like 33, 34, whatever. If I've got my shit together, like that idea of that life, that appeals to me. However, the idea of me being 31 with no job or a part-time job, not earning any money, dead shit, that doesn't appeal to me. That scares me. So,
what if you have a part-time job and you're like creating something?
oh, but yeah, there's nuances with everything, right? But I think
Like I was 31 with a part-time job building this thing in lockdown.
yeah, so there's nuances in it, right? Yeah, but you also you would also borderline, not I wouldn't say chosen that life, but you had
I did.
yeah. So yeah, no, that's fair. What was I going to say? My question is, what's your first memory, first ever? Like, what would you say is like the earliest memory, like when you were the youngest you were, just generally?
Oh, such a great question. Fuck.
I think I know mine.
I don't. It's not a very happy memory. It's a very dark memory.
Okay.
So like,
you don't have to share it if you don't want to.
I'm happy to share it, but like, it's a really sad memory. It's like I watched domestic violence happen in my house. Like that's the first memory I have. Like that woke me up. Like, oh, aware, real world. It's fucking dark out here.
Yeah.
I was watching that. I was like 3.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
What's yours? We'll start with like the absolute worst and go from there.
Well, for whatever, I don't know if this is, how like there's those, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a trend, but when people say like kids just one day just gain consciousness and like that's when your life begins. Like once you gain consciousness when you're like 3, 4, 5 years old or whatever it is, that's when your life truly begins. That for me, from what I can, from like, I don't know if I'm making this up, but it's me playing with like sticks in the dirt, watching my brother's Oz kick at a park. That's like for me, like the first one. And I would have been like, my brother's like 01, I'm 04. He would have been doing that in like 06, 07. So yeah, 6 years old, 5 years old. Yeah, it would have been like 2 or 3.
Do you ever have a memory of these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like with the knobs?
Oh, maybe not the knobs, but I do remember like the big, the TVs with the big back and like full square thing. Yeah, absolutely. I remember watching we had that at our house for, I want to say quite a while. I say quite a while. Like
your grandparents would have for sure.
Yeah, grandparents' house for like not too long ago.
Do you know what's fascinating?
Grand final on that.
You know what's fascinating? There are people probably in this chat who lived in a time where you would sit next to a radio and it would tell you, and like that's how you would consume the football, like the game.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite that's one of the things my dad tells me. He used to sit.
Think about that for a minute, like, and maybe,
and not all the games were like televised, like broadcasted on radio, so you have to wait for around the grounds. Imagine that.
Like pure imagination, fantasy. You have to create it in your mind as to what you were hearing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
good chat.
Great chat.
Yeah, it was good. Hope you're all well, everyone. Welcome to the Biased Footy Show. It is Wednesday, the 18th of June, 2025. We are here to preview round 15. Ari, did you know that Carlton won on the weekend?
Did we?
Yeah, I know.
You joking?
No, I promise. No, I swear we won, bro. I watched it again. Initially,
how did all I know is that Jackson Binns had the worst game of all time. I know that for sure.
I got really fired up about that.
Yeah, that was great.
No, because like I've been a bit critical of him. I'm like, no, he wasn't ready early in the season, and then he's obviously earned his way into the side. I'm like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, man, leave Binsy alone, man. Like, we're going at Binsy for. Like, he actually played well.
Yeah, I mean, like the team isn't going great. we can't control that. What we can control is the narrative from the fans. Let's just rally,
Yeah, man. Like
just
they're not
rally.
good.
Like
They're not
even
a
if you
top
don't
team.
believe it, you know what I'm saying. Even if you don't believe it, just
Yeah, man.
rally. Like just get
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know if it makes that
Oh.
much of a difference anyway. But
I no, I think it does. I think the group are missing like that 10%, and like I think it's us, man.
well, the Giants game that we played a couple of weeks back
Mm,
was the first time since I've started going to the footy again properly from 2021, where it's been, or 2019, I should say, where it's been basically as close to dead silent as you can get at a football game.
yeah.
And that was I said to my dad, I go, you could genuinely hear a pin drop. Like I could hear the players communicating from level 3 at Marvel. It was like, what's going on, right? And that was expected in 2018. We had 14,000 people rocking up to games. That's fine. That comes with the territory. But
Yeah.
the juxtaposition of having 45,000 people there and then being dead quiet was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like that's scary.
Yeah,
Scary.
very
Yeah.
scary. So yeah, we'll get to the Blues. We'll touch on the Carlton game shortly.
We will.
But did you know that we have a new league? Well, how'd you go on the tipping? Firstly,
No idea. Let me check.
mate, you know we do this every week.
Yeah, no, I don't even put it on the run sheet either. So
Yeah, that like, as in, like, what are you doing?
5 from 7. Not bad.
You got 5.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm coming 153rd.
Nice. Where am I?
You?
Where am I coming?
You can check.
Can
You can.
Making me do too much work, mate.
I tipped 5.
175th.
Okay, so you're struggling.
Yeah, sure. What was the bet again?
Nobu dinner.
You know what? That's fine. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. I'd rather that than do anything with my hair.
So Shkivo is the new leader, followed by Luck Mitchell, Mighty Turnips, Deb Sharples, Methodical Flamethrower, Mars Pies 84, Fevolution, Cripper, Chichio Pasticcio, and Liv Morrow. Just holding on. Liv Morrow is a vision of consistency. She's Geelong. Just keep getting into the top 10.
Yeah, I was going to say the opposite of Carlton. But
yeah,
you go back. You know the I heard this on a podcast. Was it Footy and Friends? It was Footy and Friends. So of the last 3 premiership sides over the months of June and July, they are 23-2 combined. So Geelong went undefeated last year across June and July.
Yeah.
And I think it was Brisbane last year went undefeated from June and July, and Collingwood dropped 2 games. It's something similar to that across these 2 months. So maybe this is where the premiership teams and the elite teams start to establish themselves.
Yeah, well, I think have Carlton lost a game in June?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we had the bye, so I don't think so.
Didn't lose.
Wait, the bye, and then no, we haven't. I don't think.
Also, guys, when we get to the Carlton game, I figured out the reason why we were managing the game and why we slowed down after quarter time on Sunday. I actually figured it out, and you can decide whether you subscribe to my theory or not, but we're going to get there. Anyway, we're going to go through every game. Ari, are you ready?
Born
ready? It starts tomorrow night, my friend, 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, Optus Stadium, Freo Essendon. Freo, they slip up. They're very slippery.
I feel like that was last week, right? Like that was the game where if they were gonna slip up, that would be it. Because they don't leave. Really? I don't think they don't leave. They don't leave Perth. I mean, last week included. So they played last week at Optus at home. They play this week at home, and they play next week at home as well. I think. Yeah, they do. So they play. Yeah, they play in Perth for 3 weeks in a row. So this is a big I mean, we're speaking about that June-July theory. If they can win these next 3, I mean, winnable games are Bombers this week, and I think it's the Saints. Yeah, the Saints next week. Really set them up for a strong back end, but they are a team that you can't trust because they're susceptible to slipping.
I think they're going to lose one of the next 2. I just don't know which one.
I think they're going to win the next 2. I think they will. I think if they were going to drop, I think they almost needed a result like that last week to almost wake them up again and be like, this is still happening. Like, sort your shit out, sort of deal. Like, take them right close to the edge to see what's over it, and then yank them back. And I think that's what sorts them out.
You mean like the win while you learn while you win type situation? Like,
yeah, I don't
take
entirely. Yeah.
Take the learnings, even though you won, and like clean it up.
Yeah.
All right. Bombers.
It also helps. Yeah, I mean, it also helps that the Bombers are a bit of a rabble right now. I mean, decimated with injuries, but
aren't they getting quite a few players back this week? Teams are not out yet for tomorrow, but yeah.
Well, there's resting Goldie, so Virgo Vicentini. I think he's making his debut.
Freo by plenty. I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Freo have only beaten the Bombers 3 times since 2017. So that's a bit weird considering that I feel like Freo have been maybe better across that time period than what the Bombers have. But I guess there's that. So I think, I mean, one thing I will say about the Bombers, and credit to them in the sense of they got belted last week, but they got belted by playing their way. They could have very easily turned that into a scrap and lost by 30 points, right? And just made it the worst game of football of all time and really suffocated them and not try to score and just defend. But they tried to at least play. And I think that's commendable from a certain perspective where it's like you went down hard, but you tried to play and it didn't pay off because you don't have the players and you don't have the structure, but that's something they can't control at the moment.
Right. So I think we'll both be tipping Freo in this game.
Yeah, you would be right.
Yeah?
Yep.
Friday night. This is prime. This is like must-view television Friday night, isn't it?
Yeah, this can be a great game.
I'll be at the Mount Erica watching this game.
Well, yeah, if anyone wants to go, say hi.
Yeah, I'll be there. I can't wait.
On a date or?
No.
No.
I've got a birthday at the Mount Erica.
Great
pub, by the way.
Is that in where is that?
It's in Armadale.
Mount Erica. I don't know if I've been there.
Great pub. I think your man Sam McClure mentioned that he was there recently as well.
Oh well, okay. So funny you brought that up. I was going to bring this up after, but now you brought him up. Can you seriously have some words with him because he's really starting to piss me off?
Oh.
Like
sure,
really sad. Just like he doesn't need to be so. Like, you know what? Maybe it's not I don't have a problem with him. Actually, I think I might have a problem with Mitch because I don't think Mitch challenges him on his opinions enough on the podcast, and I think it frustrates me because I think he's wrong on some things, and maybe it doesn't. And isn't entirely accurate, but Mitch doesn't challenge him on it, and he just gets away with talking as much as he wants, which I do as well. So I don't can't begrudge him for that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I was listening to it today at work and got really annoyed.
So you've got constructive feedback from Mitch, not Sam.
Oh no, I've got constructive feedback for Sam as well. Just like, please stop. Like, okay. Like I've backed him so I've been like I've backed him so hard. But he's making it tough, I'll tell you.
Sam's great.
Pass it on to you, mate. Sam's
elite. That's what Sam is.
What was he saying today about the Tassie Stadium and how he was pot-shotting Cricket Australia for not chipping any money in, but then the AFL are only chipping in $15 million of a $1 billion stadium, and it's like, well, that's hardly anything at all. And he also said the only thing the Tassie Stadium will be ever remembered for is if the Devils play in it. And I'm like, yeah, right. So the Tasmanian Devils, a team that only 3/5 of one country will ever know exist or care that exists, will be more influential for that stadium than a potential Ashes Test series or
Right.
India Australia Ashes Test series or concerts from like World Cup. Anyways, anyways, carry on.
I can't wait to send you a selfie one day.
That's fine. That's
with
fine.
Sammy.
I listen to the podcast, so I'm clearly a fan. It's
Yeah, of
just
course.
that
No, he won't take it. He won't take offense to it. I think he'll appreciate it. It's good.
it's just say it's constructive. Anyways, we got
I mean, now I want to talk about Geelong Brisbane Friday night 7:40 GMHBA. Are you across Geelong doing the white t-shirts?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm sure you speak about it first, so I'll give you the floor.
No, I mean I want to bring it to the table. Love it.
I like it in theory.
Okay.
It's going to be 8 degrees.
It's going to be 8 degrees. Oh, okay. So
like I get the concept. I like the concept.
Yeah.
I really do, especially in Geelong where it works because it's 97% locals, and by locals like literally locals. So it works. I just don't know if it's going to be executed in the way that they want, purely just because I don't know how it's going to work logistically.
Well, I think they're giving it a run into finals, and then when they get to finals, they're going to lobby. I can see this roadmap, the annual. We want to play a home final at GMHBA. Like they want to, it's good for the broadcast. Everyone's got the white t-shirts on. I can see the seed being planted.
It'd be like a air before a game, something like that, to really get the cauldron atmosphere going.
I don't know what they'll do, but I think it's going to look cool, and I think the Cats have an opportunity to bring themselves into this modern-ish world. Baz Lenker has done wonders for Geelong on so many levels.
I think it was a home run in terms of market. It was just more marketability. It was more just how he can perform on the ground, and he's hit the ground running so far, probably up there with the Brownlow medal favourite. Massive game for both teams. I think for Geelong more so for what it sets up, and Brisbane for more so what it can rectify. Because like Brisbane over the last couple of weeks haven't been amazing, and have shown the most vulnerability. They've shown the most amount of vulnerability as what they have done in the previous 12 months, if that makes sense. Like the last time they looked this vulnerable was basically 12 months ago, or a little bit before, maybe even 14 months ago. So win
is this
is a good line in the sand. Like it has to get the 4 points.
So is this the perfect game for the Lions to win? Because like the seed of doubt is kind of starting to appear. So is this the type of win that just like shuts that up, similar to Hawthorn last week or the week before? There was seeds of doubt. They win against the Dogs, I think it was.
They smashed the Dogs,
and then it's like, oh no, actually Hawthorn are fine. Is this the same situation for the Lions?
Well, I don't know. I've put in the run sheet the fixtures because I think it's quite hard. It's quite easy to kind of look at it and compare them, because one's got a really easy fixture, the other one's got a really hard one. So the Lions almost need to win, not only to rectify, like I said, what the last couple of weeks have shown, but they've got Port at the Gabba, which should win, but Port are always going to be a side that can potentially do something. Carlton at Marvel, which don't know what's going to rock up. Then the Dogs to the Suns, and then Collingwood. So that, I think, is like a win here, really sets them up to take a couple of scalps over the next kind of month and a half. Whereas Geelong, after the bye, and after this round, and then subsequently the bye, do you see him losing a game for the rest of the year? Probably not.
I want to pinpoint something. I'm gonna fucking come at these people hard. I've seen Geelong supporters fucking talk about it as well. Oh, the Blues play North 10 rounds twice, 10 rounds between each other. I'm sorry. I see Geelong playing Richmond at GMHBA in the MCG 7 rounds apart. Do you?
I say that, yes. I've got eyeballs.
They just played the Bombers, no?
Yep.
I see them play the Bombers again at GMHBA. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Have they played North?
No.
They're playing North. Marvel. Look at this run home. Tell me this isn't a gift.
No. That if they win on Friday, they don't lose a game for the rest of the year. The only one maybe I see is the
It's the
Giants at
Giants.
NG, but that's it. And maybe if Ken wants to pull something out of his ass like he does once every 8 weeks, the poor cat,
I don't know if Port could do that at GMHBA, but that is, yeah. Mate, let a Geelong supporter talk about Carlton's fixture from here on in. I didn't realize this was the situation.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Especially compared to the Lions, who have a tough.
That is a tough draw.
Tough, man. Really tough. Like the Q clash as well, being in Gold Coast is going to be interesting. The Collingwood game at the G. I mean, what happened last year with the 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of the game? Like, that's going to be tough. I'd like to say Carlton and Marv would be tough as well, but who knows?
It will be. No, we'll give them a game. I mean, I probably won't be tipping Carlton to win the game, but we will give them.
Yeah, we won't.
We
shouldn't roll over.
Yeah. So, anyway, interesting. Thought I'd just bring that to people's attention. Who are you tipping?
Cats.
I think I'm going to tip the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the Lions. I'm going to go for it.
One question.
Yeah.
Right now, right this second, who's more likely to win the flag?
Out of any team or those two?
Out of those two.
I just back Brisbane. I'm
really?
Big Brisbane. Yeah, I'm just big Brisbane fan. Like, just right now right now Geelong look better because they just do. But I'm still Team Brisbane. Put them in a final and they just rise to the occasion.
Yeah, that's the thought process that I'm juggling with. My gut tells me Geelong just because I trust their floor is higher than Brisbane's, but I think Brisbane's ceiling is probably the best in the comp, probably up there with Collingwood right now. So, that doesn't. Yeah, I would say to be safe Geelong, but I can totally understand the thought process from like thinking Brisbane are closer for sure.
Cool. So we get to Saturday, 1:20 p.m. It's our boys versus the Roos. Carlton, North Melbourne. Now, before we do this, right, I said at the start of the show, I think I figured out why we saw a bit of management happening in Perth last week. Do you have any idea what I could be talking about?
Yes, because you told me pre-show, but I'll let you carry on a bit.
Okay, cool. So let's just take a look at some things. Like facts, right? Facts.
Yeah.
Ari, did we play on the 15th of June, Sunday?
We absolutely did.
Okay. Would you agree that 6 days later equals Saturday, the 21st of June?
Maths wasn't my strong suit, but yeah, I think so, yeah.
Would you agree that 5 days after that is Thursday, the 26th of June?
Yeah, count that on one hand, yeah. I'll agree with that.
So would you agree that from Sunday, the 15th of June to Thursday, the 26th of June is 11 days?
Yeah, well, 15 plus 10 is 25 plus 1 is 11 equals 26, yep.
So would you agree that there's 3 games that the Blues are going to be playing in 11 days?
Certainly looks that way.
So would you think that if you knew that going into this 3-game stretch, you would want to be smart about managing, knowing that in 2020, the COVID year, we fucked that up when we had 4 games in 13 days?
Yes, it's smart, but that's also some like real buried trauma that just got released there.
So would that make sense?
Yes.
Would it make sense to try and think about things holistically? And if you get the opportunity to rest a player early in a game like Charlie, you do it?
Yes. No, I agree.
Okay. Is it worth running like the first quarter in the second, third, and fourth quarter, knowing what's coming?
Potentially not. Potentially not. However, I would like to play devil's advocate here just for a moment.
Sure.
The drop off, in theory and in isolation, the drop off in the second half, because I still think the second quarter was still serviceable, right?
We won the second quarter. We're up by 46. What? Yeah. We won the second quarter. Yeah.
Yeah. So the drop off in the second half, I think in isolation through that point makes a lot of sense. And I totally agree. And it's a very just, you could justify it through what you just said. However, has been a trend across the season. Like
Yeah,
the early starts and all the quick starts, and then the drop off late, and the change to safe ball movement in the second half has been a thing since last year as well. Like let's be like I ironically enough, I remember last night I was watching the Carlton Port Adelaide fan cams from last year, the game that we lost, and a rhetoric throughout that was the fact that we changed in the second half to being very safe, locked down the line, straight line ball movement. So it has been a consistent theme across the last 8 months of footy.
Yeah. Well, even in 2022, it was there, ballistic early.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to manage games. So yeah, it's definitely linked. It's a pattern, no doubt about it. But the reality looking ahead is there are going to be so for me, I look at this 3 games in 11 days. You know what that tells me? Buckle up for ugly, ugly football coming up. Like bodies, fatigue, like buckle up.
Well, if we win on Saturday and we go over to Adelaide and get the job done, that puts our record positive at 8-7.
We get a nice. Is that a 9-day break?
Yeah. No, 8-day break.
30 days in June.
Yeah. Well, Thursday to Thursday, 7 days plus 1 is 8.
That's a good point. 8-day break. So
honestly, like, and I guess this is a bit. I totally agree with the point you're trying to make, or have made, I should say. Of that, the next 2 games, like win on Saturday, non-negotiable, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of managing players, and non-negotiable, right? Because we're still a team with finals aspirations. Like we're only a game out, right? Or 2 games out, right? December 10th. So whether you believe it or not, we're still a team with finals aspirations. That's going to be the talk in the 4 walls. So win on Saturday, non-negotiable. What was that?
Slow a little bit down. Like you're getting. I love where you're going with it. Just I want to hear it. That's
okay.
All. Yeah.
Win on Saturday, non-negotiable. Go over to Adelaide.
You just went quicker. Thursday. Just do it again.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, it's for your own. Yeah. Anyway.
Go over to Adelaide next Thursday.
Yeah.
Scrape a 40 to 48 win. Get to 8-7, and then that next game is like that's how you got to look at it as. And I think I had this thought process after the Essendon game. Every win that we get gives us 1 more week to figure it out. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how ugly it is. It just gives us 1 more week, because every loss is almost going to feel like 6 losses as opposed to just 1. But every win just gives us that buffer to try and figure it out.
I should also add, Port Adelaide are doing the exact same thing. So by the time we actually do get to this Thursday game, they would have played the game on the weekend on Sunday, the 15th of June. They played against Melbourne. They played this Saturday. We're going to talk about them shortly. They play against Sydney at Adelaide Oval. And then obviously us. So they'll stay in Adelaide for 3 games. But yeah, I just think looking at it in a little block. But this Saturday, mate, it's just got to be a win, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, non-negotiable.
I would love a belting. I would love it. I just think, I mean, we're clearly not a team that is in a position to say, oh, we should, if we're serious, we're going to win this by 10 goals. We're not serious. We're not a serious top team. Well, that's not what we are.
Since we beat North and decimated them on Good Friday, they've lost 4, drawn 1, won 2. 4 of those losses came by under 10 points, and one of those losses, there were only 3 points down to Collingwood at 3/4 time, and they got run over the top of, which there's no shame in that. And obviously they drew against Brisbane, reigning premiers, and they've won 2 games. Granted, those wins were quite scrappy, but you win them regardless. So they are a far better team than the team that we played.
Yeah, an 82-point win. And then, they've been pretty scrappy and this is not going to be comfortable at all.
Yeah, I don't think it will be, no. Yeah.
It's just not going to be comfortable at all. I still think we've got enough to win. And I think this is going to be the Mitch McGovern legacy game.
What, one out in the goal square in the cage?
Mitch McGovern legacy game, especially if Charlie doesn't play. Do you think Charlie will play?
No.
Don't risk Charlie. Bring him back against Adelaide. Like that's so. If we take the lesson of last year where we played him through some of these injury concerns that he had, right? So is the lesson here? Don't play him. Scrap for a result this Saturday. Get the win. And then you got a rested Charlie with a lesson that you learned from last year in terms of playing him hurt for Adelaide. For Port.
Yeah. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. I think yeah. I think that's the play.
I think so too. I think so too.
I expect a very similar trend to what we saw on Sunday to what will happen on Saturday. Just a flurry. It will come, whether it's early or whether it's in the second quarter. They will get the flurry, and then I can see them coming home with a wet sail because they've got talent. And when you give North a sniff, they can take it and go with it and run with it. So,
well, that's kind of why we have to play so focused in the first quarter, because you can't give North the ability to believe that today might be their day. You got to like knock it on the head early. That's what we did last time.
Yeah, that is. And it's also what we did against West Coast. Because if you look at West Coast, what they were able to do against Geelong, they held and they got the sniff early and they ran with it till 15 minutes to go in the last quarter. And fall into Geelong the way they did, once again, no shame in that. So I think if we do that to North, a similar result could happen, because you saw West Coast. They were trying to make something happen. They just couldn't, because they're not talented enough. That's just the reality of it. So I think I do think North are way better than West Coast and are way more talented than West Coast. But you saw the game that they played up in Bunbury a couple of weeks ago, and it was close up until the last. Well, it was under the goal until the last kind of 30 seconds.
North played terrible in that game, by the way. But anyway, I'm already hearing rhetoric from North supporters. Where are you going to get your goals from? And it kind of got me thinking, like,
where we've got
since when do they get to talk like that?
No, but from where we got them from the entire season.
We've not relied on Harry and Charlie all year. Let's be honest.
Charlie kicked one goal. So last week we kicked last week we kicked how many goals in the first half? Yeah. What were 9 goals in the first half?
Yeah.
Or so, whatever it was, 10 goals in the first half. One of them came from Charlie, and it was DeConing, Fogarty, Gov, Fogarty, Williams, Fogarty kicked 3, Curnow, Williams, McGovern, Chincotta. So according to my calculations, all but one of those people will play.
Yeah. So therein lies the next question. Are we becoming reliant less on the top end this year than what we ever have been with this group?
Yes, but I also don't. I think that's a little. Yes is the answer to your question.
That's it. But I'm not trying to go like deep with it. I'm just curious. Like it's like an emerging narrative. Like we don't really rely on them to. I mean, we haven't won a lot of games, to be fair, but it's the kids that I think are the shining lights of the year so far, and the role players.
Well, I'm of the opinion, for the most part, that structure and your role players keep you in games.
Yeah.
And your stars win you games. And I think because we haven't been reliant on them, that's why we haven't, like, the fact, I don't say that we haven't been reliant, but I don't think they've stepped up as what they have done in previous years.
What if the role players get us to like the last 6 weeks and then the cream rises to the top and then the stars star?
Well, yeah, it's exactly my point. But on a micro scale within a game, the Doggies game, perfect example. Our structure kept us in it, like got to an early start, but kept us in it. last 15 minutes or last 10 minutes. What was it? Who was off the ground in the last 10 minutes? Silvani, De Koning, and Walsh, was it?
Yeah. Couldn't get on the field.
Yeah, and Silvani towed up Norton it's the perfect kind of example of what I'm trying to say. Silvani towers up Norton all game, plays his role to perfection, comes off the ground, kicks a goal, they win the game. How many times have we said? How many times have we? I don't want to say lamented our star players late in games for not stepping up, but when they did, we've won. Geelong, St Kilda.
Do you think the Carlton Raw will be there this week?
Didn't you say that? Was it on Monday? Was it on Monday that you said 70,000 people there?
Paul asked what I would hope the crowd would be, and I was guessing and hoping for 70K. Now that I'm thinking about it, that ain't happening.
Under 50 is my guess.
Oh, that's so bad, man.
There was 30,000 against the Suns in 2023. Same time slot. Oh, I think that was on a Sunday, but same early afternoon. Yeah.
But that was also after the devastation of the Essendon game.
Are we at a worse point now or then?
Then.
I'd agree.
We were. Okay. All right. Maybe there'll be like 54. Which would be sad, because I think the more we get, the more intimidated North will be.
Well, they've only played at the G. They played there once last year and lost to Melbourne. And they played once this year and lost to beat the Tigers.
Does anybody remember the last time we were at the MCG against North Melbourne? Ari, do you remember?
Yes, because I put it in the run sheet.
Yeah, I know. So, like, what happened the last time these two teams played at the MCG? What was going on in your life?
Well, I was minus 10 days old. Minus 18 days old. So
you weren't born the last time we played at the G?
Against North, no. It was April 10th, 2004, I think.
You were not in this. You didn't exist. You were not. You literally did not exist the last time we played North at the MCG.
No.
This is the first time in your life you will see North play Carlton at the MCG.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow.
I don't know what happened in the game, but
we lost at the death. Ryan Houlihan. I mean, I was actually watching Bucky's preview, and he put the highlights of the game from the last time in there. Ryan Houlihan, a really unlucky free kick against, like the ball hit the back of his heel and went out in the full, like a really innocuous little thing. We're up by 1, and North kick a goal, and they win.
Steve.
Yeah, very. So.
Sure.
Anyway, we're tipping Carlton here, aren't we?
Yeah. Who's gonna be the player? Because obviously, Walsh out, Charlie out. We think Harry out.
I actually think Charlie will play for what it's worth, but yeah.
Okay.
But this is Orazio Fantasia for a goal or two, Corey Durden for a goal or two, and it's the Mitch McGovern legacy game. Just goes back forward, kicked the ball pretty well last week. North saying, where's Carlton going to get their goals? It would just be so North Melbourne for McGovern to kick 4 or 6.
Lewis Young, or is it on the proviso that Charlie? I mean, well, there will be one change forward of the ball regardless because Hudson's gone down. So is it? Assuming he's the second ruck. I don't think Lemmy plays instead of Hudson because who do you have second ruck?
Well, wait, what?
Well, if Tom's the number 1, Hudson was the second ruck. Hudson's come out.
Yeah,
you're not having Lemmy come in for be the second ruck, are you?
You could if Charlie was still playing. I think you go Lewis Young personally.
Yes, I would play. Well, yes, I agree. I think if Charlie's playing, O'Keefe comes out, Young comes in, sit him in the goal square, and play him in the second ruck. No brainer, in my opinion, because that's what.
If Charlie is not playing, then you bring in Young and Lemmy.
Yep.
Because, or we're playing against Sherry. So, do you say De Koning, hey, similar to the semi-final against the D's. Like, we need you to like hit the scoreboard this week and play a bit more forward and play Pito.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Hmm.
I thought DeConing more than hold his own though last time they played, and that was without Pito.
Definitely. Without what?
That was without Pito on Good Friday.
Yeah, it was just the two of them, like 1-on-1. Charlie and Harry played.
Harry didn't play.
Harry didn't play.
I don't know.
Harry didn't play Good Friday?
No, because he was concussed from the week before against West Coast.
Oh, true. Lewis Young played.
Yeah. So we would have gone in just 2 tools.
Yeah, Lewis Young played with DeConing. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tipping the Blues.
Yes.
All right. All right. Next up is Port Adelaide, Sydney at the Adelaide Oval, 4:15 p.m.
Your boys.
You want to get, yeah, they are my boys. You want to get back on the Port train, do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. When was I ever on it?
I don't know. I thought you were trying to like suggest that maybe Port have something to offer here.
Entertainment value. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anything substantial in terms of the business end of the season.
I really hope Port win this game.
Right.
For our sake. Pardon?
For our sake. Oh,
yeah, like you know, like I don't want to like an embarrassing loss for Port. They get smashed in the media. They want to respond the week after against the Blues. You know, like let them win. I want them to win this week.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Or lose, but like by 10.
Port are the most dangerous when they have the should Port be like, you know, sacking Ken or like giving up on Ken? Like that's when they're at their most dangerous.
Yeah. So like if they win comfortably by like 6 goals.
Yeah,
then they're gonna be on their high horse. They're gonna be sitting pretty comfortably, and then we just roll in and kick the first 8 goals of the game next week and just dominate. Yeah.
So this was the prelim. This was the prelim last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And it's also the game where Port kicked like 79-0 or whatever it was. What was it last year?
Oh, in the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has just weird written all over it, doesn't it?
It was. It was round 22 in Port Adelaide. At the 22nd minute mark of the second quarter, it was 72-2.
Okay. I'm going to use my second of 3 opportunities. I'm using the draw card on this. I'm tipping the draw.
Fair. Okay.
Why haven't you used yours yet?
Because I forgot that we had it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
so
draws. I don't know if I don't know how much footy you've watched, but draws are notoriously rare and don't really happen all too often. So it's kind of hard to predict when they might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's why we've got 3 chances.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So yeah, I'm tipping the draw, so I can't lose the tip, but I will tip Port.
Great. I'll tip the Swans.
You tip the Swans. Are they favourite?
Yeah. Are they?
Ooh.
No, I think I've gone against my word. Yeah, no, they're not favourite, but I'm going against my word purely just because it's funny if they do win and you tip Port.
Okay. And then Saturday night, 7:35 p.m, Collingwood, St Kilda. You are labelling this a massacre.
Yeah, it could be.
See, for me...
Oh, here we go.
Hear me out.
Sure.
Highly unlikely that the Pies lose this game. However, St Kilda are that type of team when the media like talks so derogatorily about them in the sense of they're in no man's land and Ross has ruined them and they've come off a disgusting performance the week before and Kane Corns is going at Jake with the bottom 4 comment. Like, this is prime when St Kilda like show something, you know?
Bridge too far against the Pies, I think.
Collingwood 0-4 out of the bye last year. Like, you know, Collingwood were 0-4 out of the bye last year.
Were they?
Yeah, according to Swoop Luke, who I think is a reliable source.
Were they really? Huh? There you go. Wow. Yeah. Well, I can maybe they can be competitive, but I think the Pies quality will shine through.
Yeah, it's really hard to see Collingwood losing this game.
Yeah,
but
I do tend to agree. Although the Flying Viking, mate, who knows what he can do?
I'll tip the Pies. How about that?
Great, awesome, love that for you.
Yeah. All right, Sunday, 1:10 p.m. I won't be able to watch this game shattered, but I'm excited for it. My man Aaron Cadman, hello and welcome. Pardon?
Going on that.
Oh, I might be. No.
Got him. Yeah.
Talk to me about this game. Wow, you rattled me.
What?
Talk to me about this game. Gold Coast GWS.
I think this will be very telling for both sides. I feel like now we're getting into the period of the season where it's like not must-win areas, but it's like now we get into like if teams beat certain teams, like this is where it starts to become serious because the Giants, who knows with them, right? But and also the Suns, it's like who knows. So I feel like whoever can win can really like push forward into the second half of the season.
Well, the Giants got their spunk back when Finn Callahan returned. And obviously Toby Green was a late out. I think he'll come back in. I just think this is a certain Giants win. And the Suns, I still think they'll play finals, but I do think they've got another slip up in them.
Yeah, they're not the finished product. They're not the finished product.
Yeah, like rate the Suns, absolutely. But I just think I don't know why I see this very clearly being a Giants win.
Yeah, I don't know who did I tip. Who are the favourites? The Giants are the favourites. So I'll be tipping them. Yeah, watching that game again. Did you catch the game against Brisbane last week? Their game against Brisbane.
Giants game?
Giants.
Yeah, I did. I did watch it. Yeah, I did.
I mean, is that the type of game that you like to watch? Just like Hogan, Cadman, and then who was up the other end kicking goals for Brisbane? Morris. Did Morris kick 4?
Well, Rayner kicked a couple.
Rayner kicked a couple late as well.
Logan Morris. Yeah, Logan Morris. Yeah.
But seeing the big key forwards come out with the Dukes in front, marking them and dobbing them from 50, especially when it's someone like Cadman who has always shown glimpses of talent and the ability to break a game open. For him to put 4 quarters together in such a high stakes game for them, I think just awesome. Like one of the better games that players played this season.
Yeah, well, just to see the look on his face where he started getting the confidence, like that could be scary. So the question is, do you think Cadman had a good game, which he did, but do you think this is it and he's arrived and for the rest of the year we're going to see him averaging, I don't know, 2 goals a game type thing? Like he kicks like 18 in the second half of the season or 20 goals in the second half of the season and goes on? Or do you think he's still going to have the, 1 goal games, 0 goal games coming?
It's always hard with K forwards because you still see it now with some of the best. The K forwards like one of the hardest positions to play because it's almost always about service, and especially now with how much of an overall role you have to play in the team. Like it's not like in the 80s and the 90s where you just sat in the goal square and led out. You have to do team D, you have to press, you have to number off and all this stuff, right? I think on Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday.
Whatever it was. Sunday, yeah. I think we're going to see like I think a different Cadman will be from here on in, if that makes sense. Like it's not baby Cadman anymore. Like at least for like the back end of the season, like he'll start to show something.
You really danced around that, but you got there.
Sorry, sorry.
That's okay. Cadman good.
Well, what I've been thinking is Jamara kicked 5 goals against Melbourne in I think 2022 or 2023 under the dome. He kicked 5, and he kicked the winner from 50 boundary line junction off a step. and I was like making of a star. Like, unfortunately, what's happened to him has happened. But even still, from that point onwards, he was a different player. So I think that's what we saw on last weekend with Cadden.
Great segue, but let's tip this game. Giants, Suns.
Giants.
Okay, Giants. Dogs, Richmond, Sunday, 3:20 p.m. Okay, we can start with the Jamara story. So now, all of a sudden, Darcy's back. Can I just say, like, he is wild the way he played last week. Like, how do you miss that time, come back, and then not need a game or two to like flush out the rust?
As a kid as well, as a child,
he's he that's like the word generational player gets thrown around a lot.
Oh yeah, but I think he's like, yeah. What are his weaknesses?
He's Giannis. You know what? He's Giannis. He's too long for everyone. Like there's very like who's a defender that has the attributes for him? He's too long and he marks the ball.
I wouldn't even know how you beat him.
You've got to stop. You've got to like body him before he gets a run at it. You cannot let him get a run at the football.
But even still, he can just jump standing still and mark it.
He can.
You know what I mean? He's so coordinated. So the person who I sit there and think from a pure body frame perspective is he's most similar is Mason Cox. The difference, however, is that when Mason Cox, when everything goes his way, he's unstoppable. Because he's not that coordinated, so everything needs to work for him to be that player. Whereas if everything goes right for Sam Darcy, he's going to kick 10 goals a game. But even if it doesn't go right, he can push up the ground, take a mark on the wing, work off his opponent, kick into the 45. So he's so coordinated, he's full control of his limbs, and he's 206 centimeters and still only 22. He'd probably grow.
I know that comparison is the thief of joy. But so like the way he launches at the football with his arms stretched out as long as he can is how I want to see Harry play the game. Instead of like mark the ball sort of like he marks it sort of like here that's what I want to see from our forwards when they launch at the football. That's like now Darcy is the prototype of that. Am I also getting way too excited about Darcy and it's just
No, you're not.
Like he's the real deal, right?
He's the guy. He's him. Oh, yeah. We saw that from Harry in the preseason. Just hasn't been able to get a string of games together.
So, Jamara, like, let's just say Jamara comes back. Like, do you play him?
At least a month in the VFL for me.
Sure. Plays a month in the VFL and plays well. But, like, do the Dogs need another tall forward in that forward line with Norton already in there?
I mean, now we're back to the conversations that we've been having in 2023 and 2024. Does it work? Adelaide's shown that it can work.
Adelaide have shown that it can work. Yep.
So I know they're not the same team, but they do play a similar kind of ish game, maybe.
But to change that now?
But it's almost like the Dogs are maybe 10% off the best right now. Is Jamara that 10%? Or is he just robbing a 10% from elsewhere and just adding it back? So there's no real difference.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's a great problem to have. Then the next question is, isn't this just the perfect trade chip?
What do you mean?
Like you've got Norton, Darcy, Jamara.
Jamara. You can offload one of them and get buckets in return. Yeah.
Basically, Jamara is the trade chip. Is like basically where we're at.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting rid of Darcy, right?
No. God, no.
Like there's not even an offer that you wouldn't match if you're the Dogs.
No, you don't do it. You don't do anything. Unless you get Dacos, both Dacoses, and we give them Cripps and Mackay. You're not doing it. Yeah. Jamara's the trade chip. I don't know what his contract status is. So I don't know. I mean, he signed a massive extension not long ago.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. As in, you're going to get picks for him. You're going to have to give up a little.
Yeah, well, there's obviously talks about Sydney and stuff for him. So, yeah,
I would. Where do you think Jamara will play next year?
Not at the Dogs.
Not at the Dogs?
Yeah, don't know where. Can't reckons outside of Vic, but not at the Dogs. Get him out of the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I agree. I think Collingwood would be unreal.
Oh, it's such an extreme though. He's either going there and being the best forward in the comp, or he's going there and it all goes pear shaped.
I mean, Pendlebury's going around again. Sidebottom are going around again. It's like you just stay in the wind. Like I don't know, but I do generally think that the Melbourne footy bubble is not healthy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch Jamara as closely as what I watch like Harry or our guys. So I don't really know much about him, but I want him to play. Like it's sad.
Yeah.
Like
no,
it's really sad.
No.
Whatever's going on, like self-inflicted. Like he's obviously takes some accountability and takes some blame for like the situation and all of that. But like I want to watch the guy play. He's really good.
I want to watch the best players play
Yeah.
the game, and he's at his best one of them. So
Yeah.
that's why I mentioned the game against Melbourne where he kicked 5 and dominated.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I literally was watching in awe. Like ironically, that's one of the games where I remember like where I was, and I remember like every moment, like most moments when he touched the ball, because I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Break. But anyway, Dogs Richmond.
Dogs Richmond. Oh, I mean, this is the Dogs, right? This is not even a question.
By how much, right?
Dogs will win. I'll tip the Dogs.
Yeah. I'll shockingly, I'll be agreeing with you.
So last week, you had a little bit of a cry, I would say. And you've obviously cracked the shits, and you've removed the teams with the bye out of the run sheet. So you want to address that now? Were you overreacting a little bit last week? Were you underreacting? Do you want to do the ladder predictor instead? Like, what do you want to do, mate?
Well, as you know, I've had a quite stressful couple of days, and I just forgot to put them in. So, yeah. What?
You're gonna make me go all unk on you.
Oh, spare me.
You would have known a hard day.
Oh, shut up. I mean, we can do it now. Adelaide, pass or fail? Pass.
Adelaide flying.
Yes. Adelaide flying. Pass.
Adelaide flying, mate.
Hawthorn, pass or fail?
Pass.
Yeah, just. I agree. Melbourne, pass or fail?
Fail. But I think they're on the way up.
Yeah, not as strongly as what it would have been 7 weeks ago.
Just goes to show the waves.
Success
West
in
Coast.
Linear.
Yeah. West Coast
West
fail,
Coast.
But,
yeah. No, but even by their standards, they are good.
Would you like to do the ladder predictor with me?
Sure. I mean, you've already done it. Great. There we go. Happy days.
Did we say no? We said the Giants.
Yeah, I think.
Actually, let me reset this.
Are we doing the whole thing again?
Did we do it last week? The whole thing?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay. No, never mind. We're not doing that. That's just wild.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, fuck, we could. I understand it's the buy, but like, fuck, we got still 10 weeks left, bro.
Fine. I just do it every day. By the way, it's quite sickening.
Get a job, seriously.
It is my job, technically, to do the ladder predictors.
Yeah, right.
Like, technically, it's part of my job.
So
a very small part of my job to do ladder predictors as content.
That means it's part of my job as well?
Well, no. I don't know. Is it?
Well, I pack
boxes. You work?
Okay,
yeah. So, like, does your workplace pay you? Do you do ladder predictor at work? Do they know about this?
I barely do work at work.
You really want to say that publicly on camera, like with your face and all?
My boss, who is also my first cousin, has gone on record to say that I'm his hardest worker. So thank you.
while you do barely any work. Interesting.
Barely any work by my standards, which is quite clearly a lot of work to everyone else. But it's right. There's levels to this. There's levels.
Why are you just like saying words like that? Like literally, they are just words you've just spat out because like you saw it on a video somewhere and it sounded cool.
You literally were like, "Oh, am I unk?" like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you saw it on a video.
You said the whole there's levels to this game in a way to make yourself sound cool. I'm asking you, where do I fit in this category?
Do you think what I just said? Do you think I think that made me sound like
I
cool?
think
or like a dickhead? Which one is it? Because I think
bit
it's
of
the latter, and I did that on purpose because that's like the shtick.
Okay. Fair enough. You weren't flexing.
No, I play into it.
You were capping.
What?
You were capping.
Oh my God, fucking Jesus! You're a disgrace. Seriously, you're a disgrace.
Who remembers when Terry said, I am going to stream some AFL 26, just not when you want me to. Hey, hey, man, I like that. You got the BA logo in your profile photo with the Sid Draper jersey swap. Respect.
Are you annoyed?
Hey, whatever happened to the whole Sid Draper talk? He's not playing.
Is he not? No, he's not.
He hasn't played. And he's played as the sub. So it just goes to show, like, it's really important to have young kids develop in the twos before you just throw them into the ones. Other teams do it too.
Yeah, I mean, God, every time I think about it, I just think of Jagger. Sad face. Is he just going to be like the best player of all time when he comes back?
Jagger?
Yeah.
I am tempering.
No, I saw him. No, so am I. But imagine round one next year just comes out 30-3, just dominates.
I think he'll be great. I think he'll be great for it. I do. I think he'll be great. It'll ground him and it'll be the weight that he carries for the rest of his career. And sometimes it's good to, not that he was getting ahead of himself, but he was tasked with a challenge to have the thing he loves the most taken away from him and really be made to earn it. He won't be short of motivation.
No, and I think I don't think it's important to have adversity in a professional career, but I think it does give you an opportunity to learn more and learn in a better way than what it would if you didn't face strong adversity. So I think the lessons he should learn, and I hope, and I would say, I would go as far as say that I know with the people around him, like Doc, who's gone through it all, Newman as well, who he would have done rehab side by side with him for the last 6 months. The lessons and the teachings that not only the experience will give to him, but learning off others who have similar experiences as well will be invaluable. So,
also, he's going to be strong, like strong.
Yeah, I was going to say a year in the gym doing incline bench.
He's going to be strong through the hips. Like he's obviously very slight, and I don't think he needs to bulk up. Like you can't put on too many kilos because that's when you get like hot spots in the foot and things like that. But he'll be strong. He'll be very well prepared for the year. Like obviously, you always want him playing. So yeah. Also, you know what I reckon will happen with Jagger? I think pretty quickly, one day, at some point next year, pretty quickly we'll be saying, I can't believe Owies was part of a deal that helped us get Jagger. Like right now, it's, oh my God, we got rid of Owies, the small forward that kicked 30 goals. Pretty quickly, I can see that narrative being like, oh my God, how did we do that? How do we pull that off?
Yeah, and I think I'd agree. No, I'd agree for sure.
Same with the Kennedy trade.
No, don't get me started with the Kennedy.
Short-term pain, mate. Long-term gain.
No, but it's not even. But it's just. Also, is Kennedy like? I think we've definitely spoken about this on this forum. Can't remember when, but is Kennedy the first player that we've gotten rid of that has been good elsewhere?
Him and Betts. I reckon he's already in Betts territory.
Yeah.
Well, we got rid of Betts in different circumstances. There was a bit of a fallout with Mick and negotiations. Yeah. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't. I stand by it. I wouldn't change anything.
No, sir. I wouldn't either. I don't think Matt Kennedy solves our problems at all.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So yeah, what else
Very good.
on your mind, mate? Anything else? We want to wrap it up.
Wow, you're quick to let go. No, I was just say, do you have anything more to bring to the table?
No, that's why I'm asking you. I didn't say I want to wrap it up. I just, you got any more fodder? Anything else on your mind? I brought the Unk discussion early in the show. You want to?
I brought the memories discussion as well.
Yeah. NBA Finals. You watching that?
Not huge on it. Not huge on the basketball. I mean, love the basketball. Just like I'm very content with I'm very content with my basketball knowledge because I can sit down, watch a game, understand what's happening, get invested, but I don't know majority of the players, don't really know the storylines, don't really know the teams that well, but I can sit down and watch a game and be enthralled by it. So I'm happy.
Fair. All right.
Well, Halliburton, thoughts?
Sorry?
Halliburton. Does he rub people up the wrong way? I think he does.
I don't think he rubs people up the wrong way. I just think the world's full of haters.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think.
Yeah. God, it's so philosophical.
Are you familiar with being centelled?
Absolutely.
Thoughts on centell?
Brilliant.
Oh,
absolutely brilliant. Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the guys that bet on Angel Reese to miss her first shot?
No, I was going to say, are you aware of the people who bet on no score for both teams not to score in the first minute of the game?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So you're not familiar with Angel Reese to miss?
I
her
know who
first
she
shot.
is. I don't know
These guys started a series on, I think it was like TikTok, Instagram, whatever, 9x16 videos, and it was. Hang on a minute. Let me just get rid of old mate. He's just been a fuckwit.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
Grow up. They were betting on Angel. There was a market for this particular betting company to have her miss her first shot, and they would bet on it. She actually hit her first shot the first time they made the bet, and then second game, third game, fourth game, fifth game, sixth game, she missed. And like the reaction got more and more. It was like hilarious. Then in the seventh game, she made the shot. And then in the eighth game, she missed it. And then what happened was she trademarked something that they had, or was trademarked like the phrase me bounds. Like, so trolls have made fun of her for getting her own rebounds from her missed shots, calling them me bounds. She's trademarked it. And now these guys have had to take down all their videos of the bets on her missing her first shot. Fascinating, but like the content was hilarious, man. Like
that's funny.
Oh, maybe I can.
That's funny.
Hilarious.
I was doing a deep dive into Kate. Speaking of WNBA, doing a deep dive into Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Today. Just fascinated by her and what she's doing. I think it's awesome. I think it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Caitlin Clark's a freak.
Yeah.
Can't find this video. I'll do it on Teams. Anyway, Ari, guess what? Guess what's happening tomorrow? This might fit you, It's a size small.
Is that what, Dirds?
Yeah, it's a Dirds match-worn Guernsey.
I reckon Dirds probably fills it out a little bit better, but I think dimensions-wise, probably quite similar. I
reckon it'd be comfortable for you, like get a little bit of air in the body.
Yeah, it's a bit more like a basketball top, whereas I think obviously he does a bit more incline bench than I do. So
yeah, and he signed both sides. There,
nice.
And there. So tomorrow we're spinning the wheel, and we're giving it away to someone. So members like you, Ari, get a free entry. Can you believe it?
Wow, awesome! We might win it.
I'd love to call you tomorrow and be like, "Yo."
What time would it be at Teams? What would I be doing? I'd probably be watching the show, to be fair.
Teams is at 5 p.m. Also, I haven't told anyone this yet, but those of you who are watching, I've got 4 Medallion Club tickets to give away for the game on Saturday. So we'll be spinning that wheel and making phone calls. It's going to be like It's just
Medallion
always
Club. Isn't that
chaotic.
Marvel?
Yeah.
Isn't that Marvel?
Yeah, there's Medallion Club tickets for both.
Oh, where are they? Level 2, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Yeah. Very. So, Corey Durden Guernsey, if you would like to enter and you're not a member, the link is in the live chat. Raffle tickets, we'll call them. They're $5 each. So, get around it. Or if you are a member and you want more entries, go for it. And if you are a member, you're automatically entered into the ticket giveaway tomorrow as well. So, or Ari, you can buy $42 tickets. Are you across this?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you like my chant?
Yeah, it was great. He's also doing an episode of Unfiltered tonight with Hamish McLaughlin. So if anyone wants to watch that after the front bar, big exciting.
Sardis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, you do need to be a member, or if you are you talking about the tickets to the game? If so, yes, you would need to be a member. But the Durden one, the Durden Guernsey giveaway, you don't need to be a member. You just need to have an entry. So, yeah. Ari, I didn't ask you how much are Carlton winning by on the weekend.
Well, it depends. Chom might be back. So
just answer the damn question.
Carlton by a scrappy 14.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 19 to 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be like Carlton by 14, but we'll be up by like 30 with like 3 minutes to go. Sort of.
Oh, so do you think it'll be a win where it's like everyone's still angry?
Yeah,
do you think...
absolutely.
Oh.
What do you expect?
I'll tell you what I expect. I expect people to see it for what it is. They're not a top team. And so they're not going to be dominating teams like the top teams do, because that's not what they are. That's what I expect.
Yeah, but that's obviously not going to happen. Like, that's not going to happen. The fans won't be doing that.
I think some will.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fair.
The internet. It's so
Wednesday night. Like, could be doing so many things.
Yeah.
Like, so many things. Like,
so
could
many
be doing
things.
heaps.
Yeah.
Could be like living a good life. But
anyway, let's go and leave it there. How about that?
Yes, we'll be pre-recorded next week.
We will be pre-recorded next week because we have a Thursday night game. Oh, it's a crammed week, but that's what it is.
It's all part of the K. But yeah, we've got a couple of Thursday night games across the next kind of month and a bit. So we'll be on and off the live. But hopefully in the back end of the year when things start getting interesting, we'll be here live Wednesday night and got some good things to talk about.
All right. Ari, have a good night, mate.
See you, mate.
See you, everyone. Go Blues.
Go Blues.
Kalinichta.